Henry reporting for KidScoop Media here in Chicago for the Democratic National Convention. Today I'm going to be interviewing some journalists, elected officials, and delegates to find out what public opinion on the DNC and Democratic Party has been. And I'm also going to be listening to some speeches to find out what a possible Harris-Walz administration might hold for America. How do you think the convention is going so far?
You're witnessing history because not in my lifetime, and certainly not in yours, has a president of the United States walked up to the podium and handed the torch to someone else in his party after he secured the nomination. And to do that as flawlessly as the Democrats have done so far is pretty good.
What is the significance of the DNC if the delegates have already voted in a virtual roll call?
The ability to display our messaging to the American people is really what's important. There's a reason why it's all in prime time, and that's because everyone's watching, everyone wants to know about the election. Voters are getting informed, they're getting excited, and many of them have not yet made up their minds. That's why this is so important.
Do you think the Democratic Party is doing enough to reach the youth vote, and how do you think they're doing?
We know that young people consume their news differently than old farts like me.
For sure.
And so we want to meet you where you are. A big part of the agenda of Kamala Harris and Tim Walz is informed by the advocacy of young people like yourself.
The Democrats are painting a really great picture for what our future can be if we fight for the working class, if we fight for environmental justice, and fight against corporate polluters that are making climate change a really disastrous reality for us.
And is there any specific speeches that stood out to you, like maybe particularly impactful?
Biden did a wonderful speech. It was long. It recounted much of what he has done and what he cares about and what the future possibilities are. And of course, he said to us as he was leaving the stage, I gave you my best. And it was absolutely marvelous.
I think there's a sense of unity, of purpose, and an understanding that we have to win the folks that haven't made a decision yet. And the best way to do that is to respect the fact that they may not agree with us on everything.
What are your best I'm sorry? You think Trump is intimidated by Gen Z? He should be. Whether he is or he isn't, I don't know. That's a question of this, but he should be, because Gen Z is smart and they understand, as I was saying before, they understand bullshit.
How do you think that social media has been affecting, more traditional journalism, and how do you think it's going to change in the future?
That's a good question, Henry. You go right on in that behind that curtain, they have 200 creators in there who are on TikTok and on Instagram, and I can imagine some on Facebook and other social media platforms that maybe I haven't even heard of, and they're reaching specific audiences that Democrats want to reach.
We'll be seeing more of that in political campaigns and more of social media influencers deployed by both parties. And I think it's a double-edged sword. We have a lot of people out there trying to spread a message, and there's a lot of people out there trying to spread lies.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Henry. What a pleasure. You're good at this.
Thank you. How do you think the convention has been going so far?
I haven't been following real close, but it looks like it's pretty smooth though, brother. But you got to speak to issues of poverty and wealth inequality, and you got to deal with Gaza and the genocide in Gaza. You got to speak to those crucial issues so you don't become seduced by just the glitz and the blitz.
What would you say to younger generations who might be looking to accomplish big goals too?
Well, I'd say to the young people, you need to know your history, good, bad, or ugly. And the history will tell you that you don't want to repeat it. So I figure the young people are going to lead us out of the quagmire that we're in.
I think that they are really focusing in on the youth this time, because really if the youth were to come out and vote, they have the power to change any election in this country.
What specifically do you like about Kamala Harris and Tim Walz?
He is someone that what you see with him is what you get. And I think with Vice President Harris, she wears her heart on her sleeve. Same thing with Tim Walz. There's compassionate humans, which I think that's what the country needs.
We need you now. We need you now.
Having a black woman as our nominee, having Michelle Obama, having Hillary Clinton, all these great folks speak. It is exciting, it's joyful, there's love. We are the party for everyone, and you really feel that here this week.
Yeah. And you can see the reflection of America here.
And I think that's the great thing about the message that the Democratic Party is sending, that we're here for America, we represent America, and we want to reflect American values in our parties.
This is what democracy looks like. I mean, if we don't support democracy, we're going to end up having a dictatorship.
What is significant about the DNC this year, and why are you excited to be here?
I would absolutely say to all the young people out there who are undecided or not sure if they're going to be voting, this is your opportunity to seize the day and have everyone turn their attention towards you.
Kamala Harris just finished her acceptance speech for the Democratic nomination. It's been an amazing experience being able to witness this part of history, and the energy here is just phenomenal. We've interviewed many different people, got many opinions, and it's just been so amazing. This is Henry signing off.